Welcome back. I want to start by asking a very important question. In every one of our lives, we have to wonder, what do we exist here for? What's our purpose? In your business, you have a mission statement, you have a vision statement. You ask the question, why does this business exist? So here's the question that I want to start off with this morning, and that is this. What's the purpose of a Christian school? What is it that we produce? As we look at our role as members of the board, as leaders who are entrusted with this responsibility, what is it that we're producing? What I want to do is I want to do what's called a formative assessment. That means that you won't fail this. This won't be a grade, but I'm going to give you 10 seconds to answer a question, and here's the parameters. I want you to take out a pen or paper or something to write on, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and here's the question that I want you to answer. In one word, you only get one word. In one word, what is it that your Christian school is preparing your students for? What is it that your Christian school is preparing your students for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your pens down. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take a few seconds and look at your answer. What's the word that you wrote down? Now, my guess is that commonly, some of the answers that we might get is our Christian school is preparing people for college. We are a college prep school. Okay? Other people might say, you know what? Actually, our Christian school, we are preparing people for a career. We want them to have a job. We want them to be a responsible member of society. We're preparing them for a career. Others of you might have said this. You know what? What makes us distinctive as a Christian school is that we produce character. In fact, our Christian school, we have 5 character traits or 7 character traits that we want every graduate to have, and that's what we produce. That's what makes us distinctive. But let me ask you a couple questions. A friend of mine, Dr. Glenn Schultz, he, in large groups, when he speaks, I've seen him go through this process. And he says, so for a college prep school, what is it that first grade prepares you for? Think of the answer in your head. Now, if you're like the most people that I've seen in the audience when he asked that question, they say first grade prepares me for second grade. And then he says, okay, so what does second grade prepare you for? And people normally say third grade. And he literally takes that whole process, and by the time he gets to 9th grade and 10th grade and 11th grade and 12th grade, then he says, well, what does 12th grade prepare you for? And people say, well, college or career. And he says, okay, great. So what does that prepare you for? Let me ask you something. Is it a distinction of a Christian school that we prepare students for the next grade? Is that what makes us distinct as a Christ-centered school? Isn't it possible that I could actually be a non-Christian and attend a school and get prepared for the next grade level? Isn't it possible I could be a good Mormon or a good Jehovah's Witness or a good Muslim and get prepared for the next grade level? Absolutely. So being a college prep school isn't necessarily a distinction of a Christ-centered school. How about career? Well, let's follow that same line of thinking, that same line of logic. If what is I'm being prepared for is my job, my profession, my occupation, isn't it possible that I could be a really good atheist and be prepared for an occupation? Isn't it possible that I could be a very good atheistic school and be prepared for an occupation? So that can't be a distinction of a Christ-centered school. Well, what about character? Well, certainly character is a good thing, but who's to say that your character or my character is what we're really after? I mean, think about this. Isn't it possible that bad people created in the image of God can still do good things? Well, of course it is. If we tell students that what we're after is to help them to smile more and swear less, or just simply to manage their sin, that's really, truly not something that's distinctive from their non-Christian friends. In fact, what it is it's actually a form of moralism. See, what makes a Christ-centered school distinct is Christ. What I want you to do in the group that you're with, in your team right now, is talk about your school and to share your answers with each other. What answers did you have? What really makes your Christian school distinct? And would you consider yourself to be a Christ-centered school? Why or why not? And then we'll join back together again for the next step.